Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the Handcraft Network. I am Claire Manning from Thirsty Brush, and welcome to Thirsty Thursday live at 1 p.m. Let's have a look who we've got here today. We've got Tracy, Enid, Nola, Denise, Phil. So nice to see so many of you. Jan, and hi to anyone else joining. If you're watching for the first time, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, and you will be notified of every video, so you're not going to miss anything. Also, give us a thumbs up on the video, and that helps us know which kind of videos you like the most. How is everyone? See some comments about the weather. It's been pretty rubbish again, hasn't it? Sick of the rain, and I looked at the weather forecast for the rest of May, so we've still got 2 weeks left, and it just looks like more of the same. So I think we're going to have to stay in craft, right? On that note, did anyone see my post about my t-shirt that I made? I've abandoned the scan and cut. I've got a Cricut instead. So yeah, I thought I'll do myself a vinyl t-shirt. I've been vinyling anything that moves. I did my phone case as well. So watch out if you put something down next to me for more than a minute, it's going to get vinyled. So a couple of things before I start, so a bit of news. So if you haven't seen already, Tony is on at 3:30 Facebook Live this afternoon, where she's going to show you all of her new stuff. So I've had a little preview of that this morning. It is absolutely amazing and something completely different than she's ever done before. So it's really, really exciting. And just to give you a heads up really on where I am. So we did a launch a couple of weeks ago, and I'll be revisiting one of those items today. But also I wanted to say thank you for sticking with me through this really tough year as well for everybody. But you may have noticed normally I'm on Create and Craft like once a month, things like that. And there have been periods during coronavirus and lockdowns and things like that where it hasn't been that often. But thank you for sticking with me, because I have, for one reason or another, those the shows that regular didn't happen. But I have been using that time wisely, guys. I have been working solidly on new stuff, and I absolutely can't wait for you to see all of the new things coming up on all of the new Create and Craft shows and stuff going on in the channel. And then we got Carly back, did you see, yesterday? And I feel like things are really getting to an exciting time again for all of us here at the Handcraft Network. Hi Irene, hi Margaret. Do pop any questions and Nathan will shout them out for me, and we'll answer them as we go along. Did you watch last week's? I thought I might do this at the start of the lives on a Thursday and just remind you of what we did last week. One, in case you missed it, to jog your memory, so you can go back and look at older videos. But if this is the first time you're watching, what card I made today, there's loads of other inspiration. In fact, I checked yesterday, there's over 100 videos now in the Thirsty Brush playlist on the channel, and countless videos from all of us put together. So we did some watercolouring, we did some fussy cutting of some pattern papers, loads of things going on. So do check out those if you missed them. Question from Irene, are you getting the bubble stamp back in? There's no plans to right now, Irene. I think it is sold out on the website as well as from Create and Craft, isn't it? However, as always, if enough of you ask for something to come back, then give me a shout and I can look at it. So, you know, if loads of you message me and say you want it, I'll add it to my list. So let's have a look at what we're doing today. Now I've rambled. So, Happy Hour release was insanely busy. In fact, I think the only thing, it might be an odd one of the dies, the petal and the sprigs left on the website, but that's it. We do have a few of the anemone frame left, which I've used a couple of times now, but I thought I'll show you a different way. I'm just going to use an element of it. So this is the one that comes with the stamp and the aperture die, and it pops out as well. I'm just going to use a portion of the stamp. I'm going to use this lovely flower. So even though that's part of a bigger design, I'm going to show you can first cut that out and use it something different. But also, look what I've got my hands on. Salvaged patina, or whatever Carly has decided. I watched yesterday and saw she was mentioning about how she renames a lot of her inks. So God knows what this one is going to end up like. But I haven't played with this yet. In fact, I only took it out of the plastic packaging because I had it delivered to me at home yesterday. Oh my gosh. The colour of that is just insane, isn't it? It's kind of like a cross between a thirsty brush colour and a teal, maybe, like if they had a baby. What do you think? So I'm going to use the oxide and we're going to create a bit of a background with that. So let's do that first. So I've just got some white card. What's Tracy saying? It will be sauteed potato. What, because it begins with S and begins with P? Very good, very good. I like it. Just getting what I need to go with this. So this piece of white card that I'm going to do the background on, I'm just going to go a bit rogue and just go straight out of the pad here. I've done this before where I'm literally going to lay down some colour. So I want kind of not quite a full stripe. I want it to look really distressy. Really kind of natural but uneven at the same time. I want to put my finger in it. I want to cover up that bit. What did that take? About 5 seconds? Really cool, isn't it? So let me just get rid of that bit on my mat before I smudge that and get my fingers in it. Sauteed potato. I'm still laughing at that. Awesome. So because these inks, the oxide ones anyway, have got pigment in them, it means that we can use embossing powders over because they're slow drying. So I'm going to use the Crystal Clear. Lots of you have got this already. If you've got any other clear embossing powder, that will work as well. But I think we still have got a set. We've pretty much always got our luminosity pad in. But the clear comes in the set, if I'm right, with pure white and true black, and then the Crystal Clear, which is the clear. So I know that Ranger, when they release these colours, these new ones, they do ink pads, they do sprays, don't they? And they also do an embossing powder. But to buy every colour, what is there, like 70 odd colours, could be quite expensive, doesn't it? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because if you want to collect them and things like that, but if you've got inks, whether they're oxides or anything else at home with pigments in them, and you've got some clear powder, add it on. I think I've been talking too much there and it's dried it a little bit, but it's picking up some of it. Do it quicker than me at home, but it's going to give us some gloss and some texture on top of that. I couldn't even set immersion. Are you using the new sauteed potato ink today? That's right. Yes, I am using the sauteed potato ink. Just poured that over a couple of times now. Let me see if it will pick up any more. Yeah, don't jabber on. Do put your powder on straight away, but that should be enough for us to see the effect. So this is going to turn any of your pigment colours, isn't it? You could have distress oxides, you could have eye zinc pigments or Dovecraft pigments or anything else. And this is going to give it a shiny edge. Hi, Wendy. Do go back to Carly after and finish your catch-up, because it was absolutely amazing to see her back in the studio. who's saving their pennies. Nola, right, saving some pennies. Yeah, I mean, like I say, you might like to just collect them all. And actually, this is a kind of different effect because it's just picked up part of it, mainly because it's dried while I was chatting and under the lights. But can you see how it's giving it texture, it's giving it shine? And imagine if you did a stamped image with that and then put over, it really is giving you more flexibility. And I like products that work hard for you. So I want to add something else. I think this background needs something extra special. Sorry, I'll get distracted by looking at the, love the texture. Yeah, oh, hi, Helen. Helen from Create and Craft on here as well. Nice to see you. So I've got this bit of a scrap of foil. And can you see it's got some odd little marks and stuff in it? So I didn't think it was good enough for using like a big section. So I thought, don't waste it, Claire. Use it on something. Knocking over my set. Oh my God. I should just not touch things, should I? Hi, anyone else joining? Hi, Amanda, Paula. If you're new, please come and say hi. So I've got a bit of double-sided tape here. Red liner tape works great for this as well. In fact, it probably works a bit better. And I'm going to put a stripe. Where do I want it? Can't even tell whether this is straight. Straight enough, right, guys? Up off the exit. So let's take that backing off. See lots of you talking about you got the boxes today that were on sale, the Stamps by Me. And then I don't even need one long bit of the foil in a row to be able to do this, because I can do a portion like this. That was a nice shiny bit. And then I can just move over and I can use this as my kind of scrap piece then. There's tons more to get out of that. I'm not going to throw that away. That's going to go in my foil scraps. Foil is precious, right? And if you got, I don't know whether you can see, there's a teeny weeny little gap there. You probably can't see in the camera. But even things like that, tiny, tiny bits, you can just go back in until it's as perfect as you want it to be. So that's our background. Nice bit of gold. That gold and that salvage patina go really cool, don't you think? What's next? So let's layer that onto my card blank now, so we can start to get it together. And I've actually I made myself a top folding card, but a bigger one. I know, Tony, there's some that are, I think, a little bit bigger than 5x7. This is actually A5 because I had some spare A3 cardstock, so I just chopped it and scored it. Still doing that thing where I'm trying to push myself to do different size cards and different shapes and things like that. Let's pop that on, just a piece of black. Just to use as our mat and layer. And a piece of white with the salvage patina. Let's give that a press. Already looking really, really cool. So you're probably thinking, where is this anemone frame going to come in? I'm going to use that as some embellishment. Right then, just pop that aside for a second. And And what do we need? We need Eureka for some stamping. Who's having building work? Oh, Irene. Mine's finally done now, thank God. And that's stamp. And we need a piece of white stamp on. So, let's pop it down the bottom and you'll see why in a moment. If I take this stamp off, all I want to stamp is this flower here. So yes, I'll end up getting a little bit of the other, probably a bit unavoidable that it'll pick up some of the leaves as well. But there's no point in inking up the whole stamp when you only want a little portion of it. So I've got my black ink, and we talk about this all the time, but there are new crafters every day. So I do apologise if we've heard this from me before. So when I'm colouring with alcohol markers, like I'm going to be colouring in this flower, I use Memento ink, which is a dye-based ink. Then it doesn't smudge with your alcohol markers. When I use water-based colouring, watercolours, water pens, that kind of thing, we use VersaFine. If you're not sure, because I know that was a quick, go on the Stamps by Me group, the Eurekas, and there's a chart that's been shared, and I think it's even on the Stamps by Me website now under downloads. If somebody can, I know Karen was about earlier. Am I right, Karen, in saying hi, Annette, hi, Charlotte, and anyone else? I hope that's right, Karen. So Memento, because I'm using alcohol markers. And it's not about having, what have I put underneath there? It's not about having extra inks for the sake of it and, you know, making you spend more money. It's about you having the right things, the right tools for the right thing, so you're not disappointed with your results and you think, why can't I do that? I watched Tony Claire Carley on How to Craft, and then I can't get the same results, and it's normally because of something like what you're using, cardstock, ink, something like that. So, enough rabbiting. Let's do some colouring. So very, very basic colouring. I have got 2 colours from the Gossip marker pens, and I thought that these would go really well with that Salvage Patina. So in case you're interested, I will just write down the numbers. B68, which is turquoise blue. They're very close, these 2 colours, but one is slightly a different shade than the other, which when you're using them, you should just be able to get an easy bit of light and shade. Can you see this one is slightly darker? Mint, green, light. Okay, so this slightly darker one I'm going to use in the base of this petal. Can you see? This is why I don't have nice, pretty nails, because this happens to me. And I get absolutely covered in everything. So, sorry I'm not as glamorous. So, I'm doing some flicks. I'm using the brush nib, and I'm doing some flicks from the base of the petal. Very similar to what I do with watercolouring. And I've done this a few times before, but again, for anybody who hasn't seen it before, or you haven't had your alcohol markers out for a while, a little reminder for you. So flicks from the base of the petal. Don't worry about all this, it's going to go. Oh yeah, I like that together, do you? And the other colour. All over. Now you could go back in and blend right up to the edge of that petal. Quite fancy doing something different for a change and leaving a bit of that white. I think that's quite a cool modern look, and as well might tie in nicely with how we've done the oxide. So let's just trim around that. What's everybody up to today anyway? You got any crafting, or is everybody working, cleaning? Whatever you're up to, let me know. Oh, Karen's put a message there. Please photo Tony regarding deliveries. They will be with you as soon as possible. Yeah, so there's still some of the COVID stuff is still having an effect on shipping and deliveries. But everybody's working through it. I've seen the team today. They are working like absolute troopers. Cute, right? Right then, what have we got so far? We've got our card with the salvage patina and the gold. We've got a flower there. I've done 2 more as well ahead of time, where I've done one with the black, and it looks like I've done one grey there, but that was just 2nd gen. So I'm going to leave those without any colour. I want to be able to kind of cluster these together, something like that. And I've done the sentiment from the anemone flower says, "Hey, it's your birthday." And I've just stamped the hey. Oh, it stuck to my foil. But yeah, it's got hey and then it's your birthday underneath. I've just done the hey, and I've done it matte and layered on this little piece of circle. I always like to try and find new and interesting ways of using your sentiments, especially the stamps, because you can fall into a trap of just stamping them in black on a piece of, you know, a rectangle card, or heat embossing in the same colour or whatever. And I just try and use things like dies that you've probably got in your stash. Lots of us have got like nesting dies, and it just gives it a kind of completely different feel when you put it in a shape. It's like the simplest thing, super easy and quick to do, but it just feels so different. So let's think about layering. I want to have them connected to this line somehow. I kind of don't want to cover up too much of it, you know. Maybe there. I feel like that's coming to, maybe like that. I'm sure that will change as I glue it down, if you're getting used to how I do my arranging now. See, I've got my mucky paw prints, my mucky ink prints on that card. Have to get the gems out, wouldn't we? Shall we do a bit of foam under that one? Of the t-shirt, Claire. Amanda's saying, yes, I made it yesterday. So I bought a little stock of plain t-shirts, and I've been playing with my new Cricut and anything else that I can vinyl on. And I was thinking, right, so the next few weeks I'm going to come with like a different t-shirt every time with like a crafty slogan. What do you think? I don't know where to put that. I'm so indecisive today. No, too far over there. It's got to be under there somewhere. And finally, have I got any of my sequins here? Yes. It's got to have that extra bit of sparkle. So do all my glue bits first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 3, 4. Oh, need one more. Card reminds me of a flapper's headband. Yes, with the flowers, like the band across the forehead. Yes, it's got that kind of 20s flapper feel to it, hasn't it? So I'm really pleased with how the colours of that salvage patina and how well they've gone with the Gossip inks. Can't get my words out there. Bye, Nola. So yeah, again, it's just taking things that you either already have or that you want to use and you think, oh, I've been using this in the same way time and time and time again. Hopefully we inspire you to try something different. So where are we now? It is nearly 1:30. So don't forget, Tony's on at 3:30, Facebook Live, though, not on YouTube, to show you the new stuff. And I will be back with you. I've just done a pre-record for Sunday. So don't forget, I'm back then at 1 p.m. I hope you have a lovely afternoon, guys, and take care. I will see you then.